Emergence of Nationalism in India, Part 3. Before we go further, have a look at the video clip of the Dandi March. The Dandi March, 1930. We all know that salt is an essential commodity. The British had imposed tax on salt. Gandhiji wanted to protest this unjust act of British. He began a march from Sabarmati Ashram to Dandi with all his followers. It is a distance of 385 kilometers. On the way, more and more people joined Gandhiji. They picked up salt and thus broke the Salt Act. Now let us see how the movement spread everywhere. The news spread like wildfire that Gandhiji had broken the Salt Act of British. Salt satyagrahas were launched on many other beaches in the country. People broke forest laws. Women and children joined the movement. Hindus and Muslims supported Gandhiji. Gandhiji got the support of all the people in this movement. But the British also did not keep quiet. They used repressive measures to put off the movement. Many times the movement took a violent turn. There were incidences where peaceful satyagrahis were attacked, women and children were beaten. Gandhiji realized that the movement was taking a violent turn. He decided to call off the movement and agreed to sign the Gandhi-Irwin Pact. Pact means agreement. As per this agreement, Gandhiji agreed to stop the civil disobedience movement and to go to England to attend the second roundtable conference. Lord Irwin agreed to stop the salt laws and to release prisoners. Gandhiji attended the second roundtable conference, but he was very much disappointed. He came back from there and resumed, means start the civil disobedience movement again. But the British arrested Gandhiji and many Congress leaders. The outcome of this movement was the passing of the Government of India Act of 1935, which laid the foundation of democracy by recognizing the principles of elections. The third powerful movement launched by Gandhiji was the Quit India movement. The British were fighting in the World War II. They wanted the support of the Indians. Therefore, they sent Sir Stafford Cripps to talk to Indian leaders to make the leaders happy so that India would support them in the war. The Cripps mission came with many proposals, but the Congress rejected the proposals because the Congress said it would sow the seeds of partition. The British had given proposals to provinces and princely states to join or not to join the federation. It did not mention complete independence. Power would come to Indians only when the war ended. Therefore, the Congress said, this is not good for the Indians. The Muslim League rejected because their demand for Pakistan was not there in the Cripps mission. Gandhiji decided that it was time to launch a powerful movement against the British to drive them out of India. On 8 August 1942, the Quit India movement started. Gandhiji gave a slogan to the people of India, do or die. Immediately the British arrested Indian leaders. There was protest when the leaders were arrested. Students boycotted schools. Workers went on strikes. Parallel government was set up in places like Satara and Mednipur to challenge the British. The British also did not keep quiet. They used repressive measures. They arrested leaders, banned press. Many Congress leaders went underground. Aruna Asaf Ali operated the underground movement. She gave updates on the secret radio network. The underground revolutionaries did a lot of work. They operated radio stations, destroyed transport and communication. Subhash Chandra Bose. Subhash Chandra Bose was one of the important leaders of Indian National Congress. But he had differences with Congress leaders. Therefore, he quit Congress and formed his own association called the Forward Bloc. The two powerful slogans of Subhash Chandra Bose are Chalo Delhi and Tum mujhe khoon do, main tumhe azadi dunga. he formed his own army called the Azad Hind Fauj. Freedom in sight. The British realized that India's demand for independence could no longer be neglected. Therefore, in 1946, they sent the Cabinet Mission Plan, but the Muslim League rejected this plan because it did not mention anything about their demand for Pakistan. In the same year, interim government was formed under Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Interim government means before the freedom, in between that time, just to take care. The situation in the country was not good. The Muslim leaders were bent on their demand for Pakistan. The responsibility of handling the situation was given to Lord Mountbatten. He came up with a plan which was called Mountbatten Plan. As per this plan, India was divided into Pakistan and India. Of course, there were West Pakistan and East Pakistan. What is presently Bangladesh was East Pakistan. The British Parliament passed the Indian Independence Act on 18th July 1947, granting independence to a divided India. Thus, India got freedom on 15th August 1947. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru became the first Prime Minister of India. Union Jack, the flag of United Kingdom, was replaced by Indian tricolor. On 26th January 1950, we celebrated our Republic Day. Dr. Rajendra Prasad became the first president of Here I have given sequence of events which will help you in the better understanding of the lesson.